Hey guys, no time. La la la. Oh my god. Long time no talk. Okay, I thought I'd do a whip and chat. It's been a while, but I just cleaned off my desk. I spent all day yesterday when I got home from work cleaning the house. Doesn't even come close to being clean, but decided to reward myself with a little crafting time. And then um I think I'm gonna work on my craft table a little bit. Try and get some stuff done for Toni's challenge. She's Toni's Magical Arts and Crafts. She does paper crafting. She's having a challenge right now, so if you want to go over and support her, please do so. And I will, sorry I bumped you. I will leave the link to her channel in the description box below. This canvas is left over from Wendy's last event. She has diamonds and stuff. I'll also leave her channel in the description box below if you want to go and check her out. For only on this channel for the minimal amount of diamond painting that I do. This was for her I Will Not Desert You or Please Don't Desert Me. I think it was I Will Not Desert You event. I got a good chunk of this done when I was in the hospital, and then I haven't worked on anything since getting out of the hospital. It's been a couple weeks. Yeah. So I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and transverse myelitis and degenerative lower disc disease. So that being said, right now I can't feel my body from the chest down. It's just numb. Like I'm not paralyzed, but I'm just numb. Kind of feels like someone has a belt wrapped around my midsection and is pulled it super tight. It feels like a big band around me. So the transverse myelitis was a secondary disease that came from the multiple sclerosis never being treated. Because all the doctors thought it was just diabetic neuropathy, and it wasn't. Any hoozles. So I might be on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube more. In the future because I'm back at work full time, and I'm still doing everything I used to do, but it takes longer, and I'm in pain. Severe pain pretty constantly. I never, even though I apparently have degenerative lower disc disease and I apparently have severe arthritis in my neck, I didn't feel that type of pain until I got hit with the transverse myelitis, which is a lesion on the spinal cord. So, any hoozles, yeah, I'm in chronic pain, and I'm really tired. So I still want to work, but I think I need to take a step back, basically. So that I can enjoy my life to some extent before I can't. Before things progress to a point where let's just say I won't have as much opportunities in the future to do things that I want to do. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I've been gone a lot, mostly, is, I was in the hospital, and then, when I got discharged, after my hemoglobin, treatments for a week, I kind of just hit the ground running, trying to clean up the house, because when my mom's in here, which is fine, but, when she's in here, it looks like a squatter's house. And with me moving so slowly, it's taking me a lot longer to do everything. So, yeah, sorry for all the ums. And money's been tight, although I did just buy a bunch of stuff. I feel ashamed. Just know that. I feel ashamed. I was very angry and I decided to angry shop. Um, I take my car into the shop. Apparently one of the bearings was bad on the right wheel. And that cost $500. Dottie's currently in surgery to have her mast cell tumor removed. Which is what made me so angry. I got there at 8 or like 7:45 to drop her off, and we were going over the paperwork, and it was one of the vet techs that was helping me with all the paperwork, to get Dottie in for surgery. And um, she hands me the invoice, and I was like, she's like, it's gonna be $700, and I was like, no gabapentin, no prebiotics, no bandage, because they charge $30 for a bandage now. $30. And she's like, okay, I'll take off the gabapentin, because I have gabapentin. She gets 300 milligrams of gabapentin twice a day. She's got some back problems, probably due to rough handling from her past. And I bought some probiotic treats she can have that June refused to eat. So she can have those, not paying $20 for a packet of probiotics, because I went online and looked at the price and they charge 200% more than what the actual packet of probiotics costs. So yeah, it bothers me to get gypped. And she's like, okay, I'll take off those two things, but I need you to know that the bandage is mandatory. And I was like, no, it's not. And she's like, yes, it is. She has to have the bandage. And I was like, no, she doesn't. I was like, I'm not paying $30 for an ace bandage and some gauze. I mean, not only is that highway robbery, but it's just immoral. It's just fucking immoral. And she's like, it's not just an ace bandage and gauze. It's got special ointment on it. All this good stuff on the gauze pad. I was like, no. I'm not paying $30 for a bandage. I have Ace Bandage or Co-Band at home. I have gauze pads. I actually have prescription strength antibiotic ointment. So, no, I do not want her to have a $30 bandage put on. You guys are just fucking nickel and diming people. Don't tell me that's 100% necessary. And she's like, it is. It's mandatory. I was like, I didn't get the bandage for Calliope when I had her fat tumor removed off her chest, which was 40 times the size of Dottie's little mast cell tumor we're removing. 40 times the size. And she's like, really? I was like, really? And when it was time for Calliope surgery, I got a text asking if I wanted to pay for the $30 bandage. And she's like, well, I'll write it down, but I don't know. It's like, yeah, you can take I don't know, shove it up your butt. Because if she walks out with a bandage, I'm not fucking paying for it. You can take it off. Just like I made you take it off of Calliope when you guys tried to put a bandage on her. I'm not paying $30 for a fucking bandage. I don't know what magical ointment you use on it, but I can pretty much guarantee it doesn't cost $30 for some ointment, So, as always, came home from the vet very angry. I don't know how they're just really talented in making me angry. They're just so fucking talented. I love my vet a lot. She's personable. She's, what's the word I'm looking for? Reasonable. Dottie gets seasonal ear infections. She's like, do you want the giant bottle of ear antibiotics, since how she gets seasonal ear infections? That way you don't have to come in every time. Yes, thank you. That is very nice. She's a very good vet, but I cannot fucking stand the staff. I cannot fucking stand. So, yeah, I'm waiting for Dottie to come out of surgery. Dottie does have a blood clotting disorder, so she has trouble stopping bleeding. So she normally gets 2 low dose baby, I think they're 81 milligrams each of low dose baby aspirin, which vets freak out about now if you tell them you give them that, because apparently it can potentially do damage to an organ. It's not guaranteed, but it could. It's like, well, give me a pain reliever that doesn't require a prescription and is reasonably cost. They can't. What they want to do is get your dog on carprofen, which the side effects have are the same exact as baby aspirin. The potential with the carprofen has the same exact chance of damaging an organ. They require a vet prescription, they require blood work, they require vet visits for your dog to be on carprofen. I've had a lot of dogs for a lot of years. I've always given them baby aspirin. I'm not saying it's impossible for one dog to not have a good reaction with baby aspirin. I'm just saying it's not likely. And so with Dottie's back issues, yeah, I give her baby aspirin. And when because my other vet at a different clinic, she wanted me to try the carprofen for a month to see how I liked it, because she was freaking out about the baby aspirin. I did that, but a month's supply was not enough to cover Dottie for a month of doses. It was like 15 carprofen. So, that means they want you to treat your dog's pain after they're in pain. I'd rather treat my dog's pain before they are in pain because it is very heart-wrenching to listen to your dog cry. So, fuck off. I'm going to give my dog's baby aspirin and I'm not, going to deal with your carprofen bullshit. If my dog had a bad reaction to baby aspirin or is damaging their organs, absolutely, I would pay more money and I would pay for the vet visits and the blood work and blah, 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 blah to get her on a different medication. But that's not the case with Dottie. She's been taking baby aspirin for years. Any hoozles, the whole point of that story is that she's been off of baby aspirin for 2 weeks now. I've been giving her, the second dose of gabapentin to try and curb some of the pain that she's been experiencing, or that she can experience. She's actually had a pretty good stint where she hasn't had a bad pain spell. And I think it may be the combination of the baby aspirin and the gabapentin, so I don't know. But any hoozles, I took her off the baby aspirin just so that her blood wasn't more thinned out, because of her clotting disorder. So, I suspect she'll be just fine. Dottie has had a lot of surgeries in the past. She's had a tumor removed off of her grand titas once before. She had a tooth removed out of her neck. She was spayed. What else did she have? She had a second surgery because the tumor surgery on her grand titas had sealed up and then started filling with pus and blood. So she had a second surgery to drain that. But yeah, she's a tough dog. She's been through this before. I don't foresee a problem. She is old now, which sucks. I hate that she's getting old because she's my baby, but any hoozles, that's pretty much what's been going on with me, what's going on with my dog, my whole situation. I'm just not going to talk about my health much because I don't want to dwell on it, I was shocked. My family's been super shocked because my multiple sclerosis is not a hereditary disease, and my grandmother had multiple sclerosis. She died when she was 57, and she was basically a vegetable when she died. The only thing she could move were her eyeballs and her lips. When I was born, she was a full paraplegic already, so, yeah. I don't think, I had the same, super aggressive, strain, if you will, that my grandma had. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We shall see. I'm gonna try and get a disability, and then I'm gonna try and get a part-time job. I was just gonna stay. That's a really small patrol. I was just gonna stay with my current employer, but they've really been pissing me off lately. You know, my bosses were super understanding when I was in the hospital. You know, even though I was 1 month short of being eligible for paid time off, paid sick leave. It was fine that I wasn't getting paid. It was fine. You know, they were super understanding. I had my job when I went back. They let me bring a folding chair so that, because they only give you 2 milk crates to sit on in the back if you need to sit. And the milk crates shift a lot and you fall on your ass and back a lot. So, they let me bring a folding chair in so that there was, not as much chance of that happening, because apparently I was born with, a rare birth defect. I'm missing one of my vertebrae, and then in my upper neck, my vertebrae are super squeezed together, and it's touching my spinal cord. So, one big fall could, you know, be disastrous. If you can pick up what I'm putting down. So, yeah, I mean, they've been understanding, but there's just been a lot of micromanaging and nitpicking, and I know it's coming down from the very top, but I've just had about enough of it, because I do everything that I'm supposed to do, yet they're still nitpicking about bullshit. So I'm gonna try and get on disability so I have a chance to live my life to some degree, have some fun, because at this point so, you know, when I get home, I just go straight to bed. And then usually June wakes me up at like 2, 3 p.m. because she's hungry and she wants her fucking food now. So I get up, I feed the dogs, and then I go back to bed, and then I get up and I go to work, and it's the same thing over and over again. I want to have a chance to, you know, just enjoy myself with the time that I have, you know, the time that I am able to enjoy myself. So, I'll get a part-time job, because unemployment or disability is not enough. I could scrape by. I could scrape by on disability, but I couldn't have fun on disability. Let's put it that way. I couldn't go to plays with Vesper. I couldn't go to concerts. I'm going to the Linkin Park concert in September. Leave a comment if you like Linkin Park. It's so awesome. I'm trying to get Billy Idol tickets because I fucking love Bill. I don't know how that old man can draw enough of a crowd that he's filling up Climate Pledge Arena. That's just fucking insane. But apparently he's still got it. So the seats are filling up fast. My aunt used to work there as a security guard, which is hilarious. And so I need her help for like the best vantage point for what I feel like is not a ticket. And I told my mom, you know, that I'd take her if she drove, you know, because she likes Billy Idol too. She's the one who introduced me to Billy Idol. And so she agreed to drive, and that way I wouldn't have to take off 2 days, because the Linkin Park concert, I'm driving. And that means I need to be able to sleep the night before, because I work graveyard. So I took 2 nights off so I can sleep the night before, drive all day the next day, go to the concert at night, drive home all night, you know. So my friend doesn't have a car, but she says she's an excellent driver, so I might see if she wants to do some driving. Because Seattle's on the other side of the water. I live on the peninsula of Washington. It's a piece of land that juts off into the water. So Seattle's on the other side. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to see the play Rent on the 20th with Vesper. We are very excited. I bought those damn tickets like as soon as they announced it, and you were able to, and the seats were filling up so fast. And then a month later, they put out, because they announced it super early. They put out an announcement saying that you could get like 50% off of your tickets for the early bird special. But I had gotten the tickets a month prior. I was so pissed. So, I mean, the tickets are like half the price of what I paid for, because the Lincoln Park tickets were like $120 a piece, and that's not close to the stage. So the play tickets are about $50. It's still money. It still adds up, and I always buy the tickets. Vesper buys the food. That's just how we do it. And we don't have to talk about money, So yeah, it should be fun. Vesper's excited. Vesper likes plays. And I like plays. I think it's so magical, and the actors are so talented to be able to act, live in person in front of people. I think that's just brave and talented and impressive. So, yeah, that's it. That's my goings on in a nutshell. I'm sick. I'll be sick until I die. Dogs in surgery, blah blah blah. Oh, I have a new spider friend. Her name is Estella. I named her Estella because of Cruella. She's just so striking. She is like an off-white color, and then she has two mahogany stripes, or a mahogany stripe on each side of her abdomen, and then she has little mahogany feet. They are so cute. Anyways, she shows up every year in this one rose that I have at the edge of my property. It's this huge rose. It grows super tall. The only problem with that huge rose is that as soon as it blooms, within a couple days, the rose starts to die. It starts to drop its petals. Hey, come here. Come here. So, every day I was checking on Estella because she lives in the rose, and the rose was getting Honey lemon custard, come here. Rosie, Posy, come here. Hey! Sorry, I didn't know the cat was in the chair. Come here. She's gone now. It's okay. It's okay. Every day I'd check on her. Every day the rose was getting smaller and smaller. And I was talking to my mom about it. My mom hates spiders, but, I think she feels bad. Maybe if she thinks if I keep my mind on the spider long enough, I'll forget about talking about Shih Tzus. I told my mom when we got Calliope I wasn't getting another dog, and I mean that. I've just been just teasing her a little bit. Just a little bit. It's like, man, I wouldn't be sad if you surprised me with a Shih Tzu, Mom. And she's like, I just don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it'll turn out the way you want it to. Because she thinks I'm expecting another dog like Chewy. And I'm not. There's only one Chewy. He will never be replaced. Any hoozles. So I was like, next year I should have because my mom gets those stupid frilly drinks from Starbucks, and I was like, next time you get one of those frilly drinks that has whipped cream and a bubble top, you save the bubble top, and then next year when the rose blooms, we can put the bubble top, behind the rose so it's cupping the rose, and even when the rose starts to die, the petals should stay in place. And I was like, it's too bad we can't do that this year. The rose is already dying. It's already lost a lot of petals, blah, blah, blah. But, the more I thought about it, the more sad I was getting. Like, I'm just so emotionally invested in this spider. I'd go out and I'd say hi to her every day. I'd pull the rose down because the rose is taller than I am. And she'd look at me in my two eyes, and I'd look at her and her much more than two eyes that she has, and I'd say hello and good morning and blah, blah, blah. And I was just so sad, that this rose was dying. Where was Estella gonna live? And we have white foxglove flowers, wild, but not in our yard. It's like, where is Estella gonna go when this white rose dies? She's an off-white, the rose was off-white. She blended into that rose. You could not see her. And I was like, fake rose. Fake rose. I went and I looked in my fake florals. By golly, I found it's not off-white, it's too white. It's super white, but it have to do. I found a good size white rose, and I'm pretty sure Shay had given me, so thank you so much, Shay. You saved a spider's home, potentially. And so I go out there with the white rose and some floral wire that's been coated, because I didn't want it to rust out in the weather. And I pull the rose stem down, and I'm wiring the rose as carefully as I can to just what do you call the bulb part that all the petals are attached to? Whatever you call that. I'm wiring that rose as carefully as I can, but it's hard without shaking the whole stem and making Estella very upset. And I've almost got it, and then my fucking hands lose grip of the branch. And the branch didn't fly that far, but it flew enough, and I pull the branch back down. Estella's gone. I pull off my outer, because I wear multiple shirts. I pull off my outer shirt. I look to see if Estella had maybe fallen on me. I was looking in the grass for like 10 minutes, because she's a white spider. I should be able to find her in the grass. Could not find Estella. And I was so upset. I was so fucking upset. And because I've been agitated with work. I'm hurting. I'm tired. Try not to think about my future too much. The spider was the one thing I could focus on. And by me trying to help her, I hurt her. And I was so upset with myself. And I was like, just go inside for a half an hour and come back out. Maybe she's not lost. Maybe she's not hurt, Maybe she's just so damn good at blending, you can't see her and she's right in front of you. And so I did that. I went inside and I went back out, and holy smokes, Estella was in that fake white rose that I wired to the rose bush. And I was just so thankful that I hadn't hurt her and that she had, a place to go. Because I didn't want her to leave. That was part of my highlight of coming home, was seeing that damn spider. Forget about the dogs, just going and appreciating the damn spider. So, yeah, she's still here. I check on her every day, and she's still here. She's curled up, and she likes to move around in the row. She's usually in a different petal section each time I go out. So, I told my mom next time she goes to Dollar Tree if she could look for a pick of like larger white or preferably off-white roses, that have big open petals. And then I could just wire that onto the rose bush too, so that, she could have her fancy of whatever rose house that she wanted. Maybe she wants to raise her children in the roses. I don't know. But yeah, that was my big spider story. She's so beautiful. Her front legs, she's always got them like splayed out, like straight and all the way to the sides. I don't know what she thinks she's gonna do. Maybe that's her hunting stance or her attack stance. I don't know, but I hope she knows that I wouldn't hurt her by now. At least not on purpose. I'll probably look like a nut job, wiring fake roses to a real rose bush, but my neighbor hates me anyways. So he can suck it. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching if you did. Go check out those two ladies, Wendy for diamond painting, Toni for paper crafts if you want to. That'd be super great. And I guess that's it. I'm just trying to get through life. I appreciate everyone who stayed with me and who still does watch. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. So, I will talk to you later and adios.